And folks, we are live. Broadcasting live to the White House lawn. Everybody on the White House lawn is gathered around watching us right now. So you better bring your fucking A game.
Why are we broadcasting to the White House lawn?
Oh, I thought it'd be cool.
I mean, if you're gonna, it depends. If you're going to broadcast anywhere, that might be the place to be.
Yeah, look, they don't let anyone just put a big projector screen out in the White House lawn and project whatever the fuck they want. And they didn't let us do it either, but we're doing it anyways. So.
Catch it live. It's exclusive until they catch us.
Yeah. Anyways, Goblins Inc. I'm Carrie.
I'm Nova.
We're such queers.
For each other.
That's all you need to know about us. We're just big homo gays.
We do be fagging.
I'm gonna have to censor that.
We do be beeping.
Cringe bit.
Fucking hate you.
Cringe bit. Look, I love using slurs of all sorts, not just reclaimed ones.
Oh, you do love your N-word, don't ya?
Keep that microphone close to your face. Yeah, I love all of my slurs. I love saying them all the time.
I hate having it this close. Like, is my audio still good when it's this far away? Like, I'm assuming it's still probably good.
Actually, yeah, I could probably maybe a little bit. Yeah, it's probably fine.
Yeah. See, I don't need it that close to my face. Shoving it right up in there. I ain't trying to deep throat this mic. It ain't your gawk.
God, what was I saying?
White House.
No, I was saying something else. Anyways, folks, I don't know if I'm gonna keep any of that. I don't know. Whatever happened between the start of the video and now is a mystery to me. I don't know what's staying in there. But I've got some things to talk about. I don't know if you have anything to talk about. I didn't get any stories for this episode because I thought maybe I'd have enough to talk about, but now I'm starting to feel like maybe I don't. So hopefully you brought some things to talk about. Hopefully you have things on your mind. Although your head is pretty empty, so I don't know if you have anything to talk about ever. You just never be thinking.
I mean, I could talk about my garden and my fight with the insects who seem to be eating my leaves, and the bastard chipmunk, probably, that seemed to have eaten my entire strawberry sprout.
Damn. That's rough.
It is. It was like it came in the bag already like this fucking tall. I put it in the ground, I was like, wow, that's going to grow so good. And then I checked back the other day and it was just poof. No more sprout, no more green.
It was definitely the chipmunk and definitely not me. So continue thinking that way. Continue that fight against it.
Why would this abhorrent chipmunk do this? It must be an immigrant chipmunk.
Chipmunks are sovereign citizens, I'll have you know. They're citizens of the earth. They are not bound by our laws. Anyways, maybe we'll talk more about your garden. I'm sure there's plenty of very stimulating intellectual conversation to be had there.
I don't know about that. I'm very new to it. I'm figuring shit out. I didn't even label my plants.
Yeah. I have a few things to talk about, though. Like gender. Gender is a fuck.
Are you talking about gender?
Gender. We're talking about the G word, folks. I've been getting correctly gendered a lot recently, which is weird. And by a lot, I mean like by 3 different people in the past 2 days. But like, okay, look, there's levels, okay? There's levels. There's, 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 there's levels, okay? There's levels. the first level is misgendering. Um, that's when people misgender you, and most of the time, it's people who are blissfully unaware and don't understand that you're trying to do something, and then they will misgender you without a second thought, even though they probably think they're being all nice and whatever, but they'll just misgender you without thinking, right? And that's the case most of the time. And then there's the no gendering, which is the zone I'm okay with. It's where you're being just enough of a queer that they don't feel comfortable gendering you any which way. Maybe they know you because, like, look, maybe you're making it obvious you're a woman, or if you're a trans guy, a guy or whatever. But they don't know anything about that. They just know that they probably shouldn't call you sir. So they don't. And that's fine by me. I'm A-okay with that. For the past couple of weeks, I've been sitting in that zone and I've been feeling pretty good about it. Because it used to be like, okay, so like, I don't know, I'll get into this. But then there's the third zone and it's being gendered correctly. And I feel like at least around here, where people are dumb, idiot, old white people, I feel like that is a zone you very rarely get to as a trans person unless you pass exceptionally well. Or just pass it all. I guess I don't know if there's like good levels of passing. It's kind of like it's like a check, It's like you do or you don't. And it varies from person to person. But you don't get to the gendered correctly level unless you pass, I think. Most of the time. Some people are cool. But at least with the people I deal with on a daily basis, that's being gendered correctly is exclusively for the passing level. And I've been gendered correctly by 3 different people in the past 2 days. One of them was confused at first.
Wasn't there a second person yesterday?
I don't know, was there? I don't know. Oh, wait, there was. Wait, no, was that yesterday? Okay, maybe 4 instances in the past
3 days?
3 days, let's say. But yeah, I don't know. It's been weird because, like, okay, so let's go back in time to longer than about 2 months ago. 2 months ago and prior, I didn't really push my gender presentation very much. I didn't do any voice stuff, and I dressed pretty masculinely most of the time. And people would just misgender me all the time, constantly, and they wouldn't even think a second thought about it, and it sucked a lot. But I convinced myself that nobody would ever gender me correctly or even stop misgendering me. They wouldn't even get past the first level, no matter how hard I tried. So I'm like, whatever, I just won't try. But then I'm like, this is not how I want to live. I kind of hate myself and I hate getting misgendered all the time, and I at least want to try to not make that happen. So then, about 2 months ago, I started doing the voice training, and I also started dressing a bit more femininely. And that's been going good. For the most part, I've been in the second level. I dipped down back into the first level a little tiny bit because I was having a bit of a depressive episode. But we're back, folks. We're back. We're back in the saddle. We're doing good. But the past couple of days, I've been getting gendered correctly by a lot of old people. So I don't know what the deal is.
So I was just reminded of I'm almost positive they're trans. Person that comes through my work. But like they have a caregiver. I don't think they're all there. So, but yeah, very, very trans. And she's super respectful about it. So,
Cool.
I don't know why my brain just jumped there. Just trying to think about my trans customers. And
I have like one trans customer who comes in semi-regularly. Maybe once every month or two.
is that the one that was applying for the job?
No.
No, I know you had a trans person that was applying for your job or the job at your work.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't.
I'm almost positive you did.
I'm like,
It
well,
might have even been pre.
let's not dox our good friend. Um, I don't remember that. Anyways, I have like one trans person who comes in semi-regular. I get a few occasional trans people every now and then. I've still seen a lot more trans people at my work though than I did when I was working at Walmart, which is weird because I saw so many more people at Walmart. And yeah, I can maybe count the number of trans people I've seen on like one hand. And I was working there for nearly a year, so I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but or maybe everybody just passes a million times better than I fucking do. I don't know.
See, I feel like I've seen at least 3 to 4 different trans people that come in. Not regularly, but like often enough that I associate them as customers. Like if you come in once, even like twice, I'm not gonna remember you.
Yeah.
But if you're there like several times, I'm gonna notice you. Probably. I don't know. I'm sure there are people that go there almost every single day, and they're so boring and ordinary that my face recognition just turns the off.
I definitely had that at Walmart. Not at this current job though. There's so fewer people and I interact with them a bit more face to face, a bit more extended. That I know my regulars. But anyways, what was I fucking saying? We got sidetracked somewhere. I was on level 2 for a while, but level 3 is starting to come and I have no idea what I'm doing differently. My voice hasn't gotten that much better.
Hasn't it?
I don't think so. Has it? I don't know.
Kinda.
Really? Has it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You should listen to this recording versus the first one, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, but yeah, I've been getting gendered correctly a lot more, and it's just very interesting. It's got me thinking about the nature of gender and expression and gender performance, and I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird and strange.
I'm assuming you would prefer to be in the third group, right? Or the third
Mhm.
area, whatever. My personal preference is the second group, where I just don't get gendered at all. Because, I don't know. Like, I present femininely ish. I'm a non binary, but more femme. Anyway, that's for the viewers.
Babe, this is news to me.
I'll kill you.
I thought you were a cis woman.
Oh no, the secret's out.
Whose pussy have I been eating?
I don't know. Whose pussy have you been eating?
Anyways, continue.
Like I'm just totally happy and content to be not gendered at all. But I kind of feel like once you do gender me correctly as a female, that I kind of feel like I have to put on a little more performance. I got to put in a little more oomph.
Why is that though? You've reached the
because I
finish line.
don't want to disillusion them. It's suddenly like, I wasn't trying, but now the effort now it's on. Now you gotta try, or else they're going to find out and they are going to hate you, and then they're gonna apologize for calling you the correct gender. And that's even worse than being misgendered, is when someone correctly genders you and then is like, oh, sorry, sir. And you're like, fucking kill me.
Oh yeah, that happened to me a lot at Walmart. I think it's because I was wearing a mask and from a distance. But yeah, that does suck.
I feel like once they do gender me as a female, that I need to put on more of a performance, or they're gonna be like, it's a dude, and then I'm just going to shrivel up and die inside. All while I'm saying, have a nice day.
It do be like that.
That was one of the things that pissed. Walmart people are a certain brand of arrogance. Like, they're as arrogant as if they were fucking, like, wealthy in their, like, they've been wealthy for generations. Like, they're so fucking arrogant. I had this one fucking bitch that, like, she was a total piece of shit, right? So I just get through her transaction and I hand her a receipt and I don't say a fucking word. And she's like, excuse me, the correct way to end a transaction is to say, have a nice day.
Bitch.
I like, that makes me so angry I don't even know how to respond. And more than that, because we live in a shitty capitalistic society where this entitled little bitch can make a single phone call and make my life hell. Like, if she calls high enough up in the company, that comes down and I get fired. Because she's an awful human being and I don't want her to have a great day. Yeah. So, since I had that bitch happen, I've started when people are awful to me, instead of not saying anything, I'm just like, have a day. You know, when people are like, oh, fuck, I've had a day. That is what I wish on them. Have a day.
Nice. I
feel like I unless you explain that, oh, fuck, I've had a day, people don't get that. So
I think where I work, I don't really get assholes. I mean, I get people being assholes, kind of, but like not like the kind of assholes you'd get at Walmart, you know?
What the fuck is wrong with Walmart people?
Walmart is for the truly brain dead of this society. And also, like, I feel like I think in a lot of retail jobs, like, people kind of like, when people are dealing with retail workers in a place like Walmart or any like big box store, or like most normal places, I guess you could say, even, like, a lot of people have a weird sense of superiority because they're shitheads and terrible, and they think they're above other people who are less fortunate and have to work retail.
Oh my God, I own my house and you get paid minimum wage. You must be my slave.
Yeah, for real. But like, where I work, I think the fact that it's a sex toy shop where these filthy old men are going to buy their filthy porno, I feel like because I'm there, I've witnessed their sin. I feel like it humbles them a little bit.
I've witnessed their sin.
Because I don't really, like, I get, there's like one guy who has come in like a few times over like the nearly a year I've been working there. And he, like, he's very, like, he doesn't, like, when I hand him his shit and like, here you go, he just doesn't say anything. He just walks away, and he's like, he's very short, and he's like very like kind of an asshole about things. But like, I've never gotten anyone who's like the Walmart kind of shitty, where they're like, where they say shit like, "Oh, you're supposed to say have a nice day." I've never gotten that. Although that could also be the fact that I'm usually very nice to people. At least I try to be, because I'm afraid of confrontation.
I mean, I'm nice enough that, like, even when I'm not putting in effort, like, you know, if I've just had a shitty customer, my effort goes down. Like, there's no effort. I'm just like, I don't care. I hate my life. Just fucking leave. And, like, I've been that way to some people, and they're like, you're always so nice and upbeat and positive. And I'm like, I barely talked to you this transaction. Are you being sarcastic? You know? But they're so genuine and sincere. I'm like, have a great day.
You know, like sometimes I'll go very low energy with it when I'm very low energy.
That's a good term, yeah.
But like, I still try to say all the like, is this everything? All right, cool. Here you go. Have a nice day. Thanks for stopping by. Shit like that. I'll still say all that shit. I'll just say it very low energy, but like, I don't know. Like I don't get the like super entitled assholes coming in. I mean, I did have one guy who was like, I would like to return something, and I'm like, there's a sign right there that says no returns. Sorry, dude. And he's like, well, you're not getting my business anymore. And I'm like, okay, dude. Like, it's not my fault you didn't read the sign.
Okay. That is one of the funniest fucking things you can hear. Well, I'm never shopping here again. Cool. Have a nice fucking life. Please piss off so I can never see you again sooner.
Yeah, for real. Like, I don't know. It's just, I've only ever had that one person that I'm not shopping here ever again. Like,
I mean, I've never had it at my store, but at Walmart, all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And you know they're going back to Walmart the next day, probably.
For real, like,
Degens.
you and your you don't even know what book that's a reference to at this point. You forget.
I could probably look it up.
Yeah, but you don't know currently, and that's the point.
Do you know where every reference you make is from right at the moment you make it? Or is it just, this is in my brain?
The vast majority of them I do. Do you not know any of the, you just have things in your brain and you're like, this is coming out of my brain right now. This is what's in my brain. It's coming out. I don't know where it's from, but it's coming out.
Yeah. Listen, my brain goes through a file and is like, oh, hey, this file could match this circumstance. We're just going to load this file. Oh, it's a little corrupted. It's fine. It's fine. It still has the catchy phrase, or at least most of it. Like, all the time, I'll be watching stuff from my childhood, and I'm like, is that where that's from? I've been saying that my whole fucking life. Is that why I say that? I get to rediscover who I am.
So you just make references and you have no idea where they come from.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's insane. That's psycho person behavior. I don't know what to say about that.
Is this not normal? I did this even back.
It's not normal for me.
Chat, let us know what you think.
Results are coming in. You're fucking crazy. Everybody's saying, what is wrong with you? This bitch needs to be put into an asylum. This woman is a danger to society. She is a clear and present danger to the people around her. Damn, that's crazy.
Clear and present danger, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
If a cop were here, they would shoot you immediately. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! I don't even know if that's on the camera. It's not. I'm being stabbed currently. Okay. That's better telegraphed to the audience. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that as you stab me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's what were we even talking about? I feel like we
went off on a fucking tangent.
anyways, I've been getting gendered correctly a lot recently, and that's been cool.
All right, we were talking about the zones and how I'm
Yeah. And it's just I don't know, it's weird. Cuz like I used to think I would never pass ever. But today I saw a picture of some WNBA players, and I'm like, holy shit, they're built just like me for real. She's just like me for real, for real. If I played basketball, people would not question my womanhood for a second.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, I'm fun.
I didn't realize it could unscrew at both ends.
And for the audience at home, even if it's her industrial piercing, it's got little screwy bits on both ends, but she didn't know it was on both ends.
Because, like, you know, I always grab it by the two balls and twist. And I guess I've just never paid attention. I've always just...
It's like you're doing the thing. Have you seen the internet post? I forget where it's from. I think it's 4chan. But it's a guy who's like, I get a bag of M&Ms and I take two M&Ms at a time and I squish them together, and the one that breaks is the loser and the one that is the victor goes on to fight the next M&M, and I find the strongest M&M. I feel like that's what you're doing with your industrial. You twist both, so the one that holds harder isn't the one that twists, the other one twists, and you're finding the weakest link.
Yeah. Except maybe less sociopathically than like crushing M&Ms together to find the weakest one or the strongest M&M.
It's important you find the strongest M&M. It's very important.
See, though, I know vaguely, very, very, very vaguely about engineering, right? So I know that if you push it on slightly different angles or in slightly different areas, it's going to have vastly different effects. Like, I mean, you've seen how strong chicken eggs are, right? You've seen that experiment where they
yeah,
the two experiments where they drop them from really high, and then the one where you have to try to crush it in your hand from different angles. Yeah. Like, if you just switch up the angle, the strongest M&M could crumble from the weakest M&M if you just get it just the right angle.
Well, they were flat up against each other. Wide, flat side to flat side. As flat as an M&M gets, you know. It's vaguely disc shaped. It's the
flat clicker.
We can't do M&Ms because I'm a vegan, but we should do that with Skittles. We should find the strongest Skittle and then consume it to gain its power.
See, but if we ate the entire Skittle bag, wouldn't that accomplish the same thing? Or do we only eat the strongest and we throw away the weakest?
We only eat the strongest.
What do we do with all the weak ones?
We give them to a homeless person so that they may have sustenance. But they're not gaining any power. That's for us.
That's for us.
You sidetracked us again.
Listen, I don't think we need to be concise. I think we can go off tangent on I think this could be the tangent podcast. I like tangents. I think tangents are fun.
Gender is weird, is all I'm saying. That's the whole point of this current conversation, is that I'm built like a women's NBA player. If I played basketball, I would pass so well, if I hung out with all the women basketball players.
Babe, when people ask you if you play basketball, you need to just start saying yes.
I had someone say that, and I kind of took offense to it because I thought he was sort of saying I was a guy. But now that I know that like I'm basically a WNBA
Literally
player.
built like them.
Yeah, I'm literally built like them. I feel like I'm looking a lot more positively on that comment that guy made. Asked me if I played basketball. Because people have told me I like, hey, do you play basketball? Like my whole life because I'm tall.
See, I was a tall kid, and people did used to ask me that.
Yeah. I was also a fat kid, so I was always like, no, I don't play sports. Look at me, I'm fat.
Right? If you get too fat, though, people start saying, oh, you should play football. I fucking hate people. Listen, just because your life revolves around that time in high school where you were sort of popular because you were good at sports, and it's all been downhill since then, and you can only focus on the good parts of your life, not everyone else cares about sports as much as you do.
For real. That's it, like,
That could have been shortened to because you peaked in high school.
yeah. I feel like I should, I don't know. I've kind of maybe a little bit wanted to get into sports, but I feel like people who know a lot about sports know a lot about sports, and I feel like it's just a lot to keep up with. Like, there's so many different players and teams and shit, and it's like, I just want to watch people throw a ball around. But also, I don't really know the game well enough, so when people throw the ball around, it doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I like soccer or football for our international viewers. I like that. Watching that is at least a little bit engaging because it's very easy. It's very like, and I mean, I guess all sports are like, at least ball sports are kind of this way where it's like one color team got the ball and they're running this way and the other team is trying to stop them, whatever. But like in soccer, it's like, I don't know, it's like it feels a lot more engaging as an outsider. It seems a lot more exciting because they're kicking the ball and it's going flying, and the other guy's like, oh, and they're like running around, they're kicking the ball, and it's really exciting. But like, I don't know.
See, I think there's only like two massive sports that I don't understand very well, and that is hockey and lacrosse. Oh, and cricket, I suppose, rugby. But like, soccer, football, baseball, basketball, I was forced to engage in that shit so much as a fucking kid. Like, I can't watch it and be entertained, or watch other people and be like, hey, you broke the rules, you broke the rules. But I know enough that I could engage in it.
God, I'm so hot right now. It's so fucking warm.
It's so warm.
Also, the dog wants in. I'm gonna pause. Don't stop. And we're back, folks. I forget what we were talking about.
I think you're about to give me $1 million, actually.
Damn, that sucks because I don't have $1 million.
I'll take your wallet. It'll be fine.
Okay. There you go.
Thanks. I still love this wallet.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. We're just being gay about this wallet I have. Here, it's this weeb ass, horny ass wallet. We bought it at Spencer's. I was like, that's funny. And you were like, and this was when we were like first started dating, and you were like, you should get it. And I'm like, okay. And it's been my wallet ever since because it reminds me of you. It's getting really faded though. I might need to get a new one, but that's a cute wallet. I like it. That's on your desk now.
Because it's mine.
Yeah, it is yours. That's true. Okay, I'm sort of on camera a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Gender is weird. It's a whole thing. And yeah.
I tried gender once. Not for me.
You know, one other thing that's been on my brain recently is, so I've recently, well, not recently. Recently is a relative term. Recently, in the span of my whole life, I've lost a bunch of weight. I lost like 100 pounds, a little bit over 100 pounds actually. And that's only because when I started, I was trying to lose weight for a little while, and I didn't weigh myself at all because I was afraid. But my top weight, I only know after a few, like almost like a month, 2 months of trying to lose weight. So it was probably even higher, but I started at like 310. Now I'm down to like 208 currently right now. So it's probably been well over 100 pounds.
And you kept it off, unlike me, who lost 100 pounds and then gained all of it back. Because fuck me.
Yeah. I mean, I just...
And
anyway.
I didn't even develop an eating disorder when I did it.
Yeah, I developed a little bit of an eating disorder for a little while. It was not good, but then I got healthy about it, so it's all good. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about my perspective on topics such as body positivity and fat phobia and such and so forth discourse, about how I have a very weird perspective, and how having weighed a lot and then lost a bunch of weight, it kind of puts me in a weird position, you know? Because, like, sometimes I feel myself... Because, look, I try not to be fat phobic, because I understand the struggle. When I weighed as much as I did, it wasn't necessarily my choice. It was in large part due to my mental health. In most part due to my mental health. Because I had very bad mental health, and I ate my feelings a lot, and I didn't get outside and get any activity. But, you know, I also had parents that enabled that sort of thing and bought me a lot of really awful snacks. So, yeah, blame's not entirely mine, but it's, I don't know. But, like, I know the struggle, but sometimes I feel like a little, it's like a little worm in my brain. It's a little tiny worm. There's a lot of worms in my brain. This is a tiny one. It's just kind of wriggling around. But every now and then it's like, fuck fat people. And I'm like, no, I will fuck a fat person. But that's not...
I'm glad you're not shying away from calling me fat anymore. I remember when we started our relationship, you were like, no, you're not fat, bitch.
Look, I'm a little drunk and a little high. So I try not to call you fat, because I feel like it's mean, maybe, but also,
I mean, you know, as long as you're not like you're fat, but like you know, you can admit that I'm fat. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like fat is just a mean word though, but I also feel like overweight and especially obese are worse words. So I don't know.
There is literally no other way I can think of to describe my condition. Poofy.
My poofy girl.
Endowed with great weight. Blessed of the pie.
Yeah, anyways, but there's a little piece of my brain that like wants to be very fat phobic sometimes, and I'm like, brain, look, little worm, I know the struggle, I know what it's like, I'm not going to be fat phobic. But then that little part of me is like, you lost weight. Why can't everybody else just lose weight?
Okay, I will admit when I lost weight, I thought something vaguely similar. I'm like, you know what? This is pretty fucking easy. Like, I'm barely even trying, and I lost a shit ton of weight.
Then do it again, fatty.
I would, but the conditions are like, I hate people. I do. I fucking hate people. Like, when I go for a walk and there are houses and cars and people and roads, I hate it. I hate it from the bottom of my heart. Like, back in my hometown, I lived 2 miles out of town, and there was like this two dirt paths even. There were two amazing dirt paths that went for miles by my house. And I could just, you know, roll a blunt or a joint and just go for a fucking massive, like, hour-long walk listening to my audiobooks. Smoke a fucking joint. And just never even hear another person except for my book, obviously. And that was amazing. And now when I walk, I don't know.
You've got that Oculus. We'll get a treadmill, and then you can just walk on the treadmill, and then you can have your Oculus playing some nice, majestic forest scenery, and you can smoke your joint while you're walking on the treadmill.
See, until the Oculus will fit into my glasses, I don't see that happening. Because it's too fucking heavy and uncomfortable. And sweaty. It's very warm.
We'll have a box fan going. Don't worry about it. Nature walks are nice, though. Back when I was first losing weight, in fact, most of my weight loss, I lived out on the other side of town, and we had this nice park that I went to, and I just walked around this lake. I walked around the lake once, and then I walked a couple miles out in the other direction along the river. You having fun there?
I'm Capto. Oh no, my cap.
For the audience at home, she had a bottle cap stuck to her toe, and she was tapping my chair. Anyways, I did like walking amongst nature. That was nice.
I know we said this last year, but we actually need to go camping this year.
Yeah. If you can get the time off work, I definitely can't because of the way my work is. So we can go for a weekend if you want. We can just spend a night. Although I can probably get a Friday off. Yeah, we can go camping. We can make that work.
I mean, we could just go on a Friday. Like after work, you know?
Yeah, we could totally do that. Anyways, yeah. Being a former fatty, sometimes I get a little. I feel myself getting a little fat phobic, just a little fat phobic now that I'm not fat. Like I saw this this mother-daughter duo come into the store, which is weird to go to this sex toy shop with your daughter. I mean, it was her adult daughter, but it was mother and daughter, which is, I would never go to that kind of place with either of my parents. I mean, I think it would be funny. I think I'd take my dad to where I work, and I'd fuck with him a lot. But like, nah, that's not how that was, you know. But it was this mother-daughter duo, and I could tell they were mother-daughter because they looked almost identical. One was like, she was in her like 50s, and the other one was like in her like mid-20s, right? And they were almost exactly the same height, and they were almost exactly the same weight, and their bodies were shaped almost identically, except the daughter was a little bit heavier, just like a tiny bit, just a tiny bit heavier. But they were like, I think they weighed probably about as much as you weigh, but they were like probably a foot shorter. Like they were pretty big. And like, I don't know, seeing that like it's, I guess it's not as bad when it's an adult, because I guess maybe it's like the adult child, maybe they got that way when they were an adult. But like when I was working at Walmart, I would see people with fat, very fat kids all the time. And like I was like, what are you doing to your child? Especially when it was a fat parent and a fat child. I'm like, I feel like you're imparting some very bad habits on your children.
I don't think I've seen any fat kids at my job.
Because they're all poor. They can't afford food.
Babe, my shop has like the best place to get snacks. Like we have every fucking candy that you can want. Almost every candy. All for a fucking low price. That is not doxing me. So, I don't know.
I just see fat kids at Walmart all the time, and I felt really bad about it. I felt like I was judging the parents, and I don't know. Maybe it's different with like parents of children. I feel like maybe you should be raising your children. You're not, feed your children better. You know, it's like if one of my pets were fat, like my rabbits used to be fat, so I fed them less, and then they got less fat. And I feel like if you're a parent, it's the same deal. You feed your child, you should feed them less and probably better food. I, f- I don't know.
See, my grandpa was, kind of a fat person, but he was also he's one of the most active people I've ever known. Was. Like he would go play golf almost every single. I mean, that's not super active, but like it's something, especially when you're like 70 fucking years old. It's a lot. Um, he was a land surveyor, so he was hiking for like miles a day. Um, he'd go out hunting. You know, he's super fucking outdoorsy. Like he was, active, but still fat. So I mean, it was due to poor eating choices mostly. But I don't know. I've seen people be active and fat. And I don't really judge people based on fat. It's when they get like, and you can be super fucking huge, and I still don't really think of you as fat. But it's when I can like hear your fatness. Okay, I'm sorry, but if shopping leaves you there, maybe work on that. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
unless that's like asthma or there's some like lung issues there, or you have some issue that's making you gain weight. You're at a point where you need to change your lifestyle.
yeah. I mean, I do think like I don't know. I try not to judge people for their weight. I will judge parents for their children's weight, but I won't judge people for their individual weight because like I know what that's like.
Well,
And like yeah, I can say like, "Oh, I make better choices now and I'm not fat." But like
it,
also like I wasn't able to lose any weight until I got properly medicated for my bipolar disorder. Cuz otherwise I was just like depressed all the fucking time and I wanted to eat my emotions cuz it's the only thing that made me feel sort of okay. So I just ate a lot. And then I'd smoke a lot of weed and then I'd be like, "Oh, I have the munchies," and then I'd eat a lot of food that way too. And I knew I hated my body, especially because I'm trans and like fat distribution is highly dependent on hormones. I had a very male weight distribution, and I'm like, wow, I fucking hate myself. I hate my body. But then I got better emotionally, and then I was able to actually put the effort into losing weight. And I also understand that like some people don't have the means to get healthier food. Maybe they can't afford healthier food. Maybe, and like sure, like you could afford produce and like cook your own meals, but not everybody can cook their own meals. Not everybody has access to a kitchen like that. Not everybody has the time and energy to make food like that.
Or the skill.
Or the skill, yeah. I mean, you can just follow an online recipe. Like I got into cooking a little
There
bit
are
for a
people
little
who
while.
can burn water. Like some people, like I'm convinced some people have like the opposite of skill. They have anti-skill. Like it's like the people with black thumbs. Like they're doing this, like they can do the same thing that people with a green thumb will do and their plants will die. There's something about them that is not good at it.
Yeah, I don't know, but like I don't know. I try not to judge people too heavily for their own personal weight, but also at the same time, if like there's this one guy who comes into my store fairly regularly. He is very large. He's very heavy. But he also has a lot of other problems going on. Like, for one, he dresses like shit all the time. And, like, yeah, sure, it's impossible to find good clothes when you're as heavy as that dude is. But also, like, his clothes are, like, really shitty and they have, like, crumbs and stains on them. And, like, he's wearing sweatpants all the time and, like, shit like that. And, like, but he also, and I feel kind of, like, another thing is he breathes very loud. He's, like, just,
That's
like,
one of the things that really
he's
gets me.
breathing very loud. He has very patchy hair on his head, and under his hair he has like these red like scabs and shit all over his head, which is really gross. And he's just the most disgusting person I've ever seen in my life. And he just fucking wanders around and he just touches shit. And I'm like, I feel like I have to disinfect everything in this fucking store because I feel like if people touch that, they're gonna get sick. They're gonna get fucking rashes all over their body.
They're gonna get whatever you are.
Yeah, like so I don't know, like it. And that guy, I kind of judge a little bit. Like, I feel like dude obviously doesn't take care of himself and doesn't care about how he presents to the world. Like he's just like very
he's just
gross
being
and
a slob.
disgusting.
It sounds like.
Yeah, and like, and I don't know, like, and like maybe he has some other like he certainly has a medical condition with whatever the fuck is going on with his hair and skin, but like maybe he has other like chronic pain issues. But like even then, like I didn't really, when I lost weight, I did a lot of walking and stuff, but I didn't burn that many calories walking. I burned maybe like 100 calories or whatever when I was walking, and I walked a couple miles. Like you don't burn that many calories walking. Like when you're heavier, you do, but like still, you just don't burn that many calories, right? Through like you need like a lot of activity, a lot of active energy to burn like a lot of calories.
I lost 100 pounds on literally doing nothing but walking. Not jogging, not running, but walking and smoking weed.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
but like most of my weight loss was just controlling what I ate.
okay,
And
that too, I suppose. That was a big part of it.
yeah. And like I feel like you can lose weight even if you have chronic pain issues. You can't move around. I don't know. Maybe I'm being shitty. But like I don't know. That's my whole point. I'm at this weird intersection where like I'm trying not to be fat phobic and I know what it's like, and like I don't judge people, and I don't think anybody should be made to feel like ashamed of their body. And I don't think fat people are like inherently unattractive. Like I find you very attractive. I like my bigger girls.
That's because you're dumb.
Like look, I think bigger people can be attractive. But like there's something in my brain that just wants to be a judgmental shithead because I got out of it, you know? And like, and also the fact that like I'm so much better. Like, I feel so much better about my body now than I did when I weighed over 300 pounds. Like, it's hard to reconcile, like, oh, I try not to judge people about being fat. I don't think people should feel bad about their bodies. But also knowing when I was fat, I hated my body. And now that I'm not fat, I like my body a whole lot more. And like, I have to reconcile those two things, you know? Like, I don't know. It's,
For me, another part of it is like I can eat like if you eat what you want and you're fat, but you're happy. Like if you're happy being fat, then more power to you, in my opinion. Like if you just fucking love food and that's just your thing, like you just, because food is good, and especially if you're good at cooking, woo, you can make some good food. If you're fat from just like frozen stuff, but if you're fat because you enjoy cooking and like really good food, like actual good food, I can't even blame you. Like you gotta follow happiness. And I ain't trusting no skinny bitch when it comes to food. If a fat fucker tells me that something is the best thing he's ever eaten, it's probably really fucking good because he's clearly eating a lot of food. I don't know. I think when a fat person tells you that a food is good, you gotta trust the fat person. Like it's probably not gonna be healthy for you, but it's gonna be goddamn good.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Which is not even related to the point, but
One thing, like, it was hard for me to be happy when I was fat because I just hated my body so much. And I also felt like shit all the time. I felt tired and exhausted all the time. And since losing weight, I feel a lot better. I feel like I have a lot more energy. So like, what are you looking at me like that for?
you were either the sleepiest queen when you were fat, or
I truly was.
because you're the sleepiest, eepiest princess ever.
Yeah.
Okay, not ever. I've known a couple of bitches more sleepy, eepy than you, but you're a sleepy, eepy bitch.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, if you can be happy and fat at the same time, then more power to you. Your life is probably going to be shorter, but I hope it's good while it lasts. I don't know.
Who wants to live to be 90 anyway?
I mean, I don't, but I also don't want to die of a heart attack in my 40s.
I'd be okay with dying a heart attack in my 70s. Late 60s.
Yeah, but if I live to 112, that's going to be a lot of time I spend without you, and that would make me very sad.
Well, then eat less healthy. Speaking of eating, when do you want to go?
Babe, we're recording!
I'm hungry! Ah! I didn't have lunch! Unlike some people who get to eat at work. I get a 10-minute break. 10 minutes!
Yeah, because you only work like fucking 4 hours.
Yes!
I work 8 hours every day.
At any time you don't have a customer is a break time.
Not every day.
Okay, sometimes you have merchandise.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't. I literally don't get breaks at my job. Like, I get times where I don't have customers and I can kind of fuck around and do whatever, but I don't get like actual, like, I don't know if this is a labor violation, but like, there's nobody there to take over for me if I need to take a break. I'm just the only one there, and I have to do the work. I can't just be like, if a customer comes in, I can't just be like, sorry, I'm on break. wait 15 minutes.
Wait 15.
If it's like back-to-back customers all day, which, sometimes a Friday can be like that. If it's just back-to-back customers all day, then like I don't get a break. If it's merchandise and like, look, merchandise have a little bit of flexibility. I can say fuck that for 30 minutes, but like,
What?
I don't have legit real breaks is the thing. And I think it's a labor law violation, but most of the time it's not busy, so I can do whatever, so it's fine. But like,
Listen, if you have a job where you get to work on music,
that is true. That is true.
I have a job where I am lucky to be able to sit down for even like 6 minutes of my 10-minute break.
Have you considered though that not having anything to do also kind of sucks too?
No. Because I've been without a job and had nothing to do, and I fucking loved it. Okay? I fucking loved it.
There's a difference between having nothing to do at home and nothing to do at work.
You have your computer with you.
Yeah, but still, it's different.
What? Besides lying in bed, name one thing you can do. You're gonna name some stupid shit. But you know it's different.
Well, I can do anything that doesn't require me to get interrupted every fucking 15 minutes whenever a random customer decides to come in. And then I have to sit there and watch them for fucking 15, 30 minutes and then check them out. And then I get back to what I'm doing. Look, I have ADHD, okay? Look, it's a thing. It's a thing.
True, you do got the ADHD.
If I get focused on something, it's hard. Like, I don't like it when my focus is broken and it's hard to regain my focus. So it's hard to focus on actually doing something. I can browse Blue Sky and like maybe watch a YouTube video. And like if I have a lot of downtime and I can actually get into the flow of working on music, I can do that a little bit sometimes.
We should make like, just because how my brain is, we need to give you like a little light that you flick on, like the do not disturb light. I find something stupid and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta show baby girl. Baby girl's gotta see this.
I mean, like, look, I can take a little thing here and there, but like if it's like something that breaks my focus for like multiple minutes at a time, like 15, 20 minutes, and I have to like actually do something else and I have to like get into customer service mode and like do all that shit, like it's a whole thing.
That makes sense.
Having fun there?
Mm-hmm.
We were recording for an hour. I think we should go for an hour and a half, but also this time, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to talk about. You want to talk about your gardening?
Sure, I can talk about that a little bit before we go eat.
And we don't gotta if you'd rather just go eat.
I don't know. I say this like I'm gonna get feedback from the viewers.
Oh no, my body.
The viewers. I planted a whole bunch of peppers in a place where they're not going to get enough sun. I now realize should have planted them out front instead of to the side. But it's fine. We'll see how they go. I have more peppers growing in that big fucking greenhouse. I can plant whatever will fit up front with the sunflowers. But yeah, the first year planting, and I now understand why tomatoes and such have companion plants that are flowers. Because I always saw that and I'm like, oh, that's fucking stupid. Or it's like keeps the bugs away, and I was like, I'll just use an insecticide. But insecticides are kind of awful for the environment and the food, and I don't really want to use insecticides. Also, because the insecticides can kill your pollinators, which is bad. Apparently, if you plant marigolds, it keeps insects away. So I gotta hope I can get the marigolds in the ground soon enough that my other plants aren't just destroyed completely. So I guess we'll see how things go. Um, I'm hoping those pineapple strawberry plants work out. I still have no idea. I think I told you that I planted the big bundle in one thing. Yeah, I have no idea if those are the red or the white ones, but we'll see how that thing goes.
Nice.
It might not even grow at all. It might just be too much root. It might get tangled and kill themselves. I don't know. I don't know how plants work. It's a learning experience.
And that's been our gardening segment with Nova.
Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to talk about. I pruned the fireberry. I keep wanting to call it the firethorn bush because
It's got thorns.
I think like if you look up, it's called like a fireberry bush or something. I remember fire in the name, but yeah, it has little red berries in the winter. It's so I'd kind of want to kill off that entire bush if it didn't have those fucking pretty berries. Oh, I also wanted to take a picture of it. Because I want to take a picture of it before I really get started, putting the stones and the trellis. And I want to take like a before and after. Maybe take like one picture a year, see how it transforms. Because the rose and the honeysuckle are going to take years to go all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be 5 to 15 years.
The thing about before and after pictures is that they're hard to remember to do the after pictures, Like I took pictures of myself the first day I started HRT, and then I just didn't really take any after pictures. I wanted to document the progress.
Oh my god!
So I can show the picture of me the day one of HRT where I'm fat and gross and male, and then I could show a picture now, nearly over 3 years later, where I've now lost a bunch of weight, and
so there's this.
I got them curves. I'm pretty hot with it.
There's this subreddit called Trans Tit Timelines. It's where trans women post like a before or like their entire timeline of their tit transition, and I got on it and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking do this. Let's go. And then I took a before picture, and then I think I took like a 1 month picture, and I haven't taken any naked pictures since. So
You've always had them titties though. That's unfair.
see, you say that. I was gonna try to find my very first picture. Let's see. Let me go to my calendar to see when I started hormones. Nope.
Riveting content. You know what? The people at home aren't even going to be able to see your titties unless you want me to put your titties on YouTube. I don't think I'm allowed to do that though.
You don't think so? Why not?
Google, why aren't we allowed to put titties on YouTube? Misogyny. It's misogyny. Folks, they are so misogynistic. Also transphobic. Also racist somehow.
Why are you only showing me dates for like...
Can I talk about something really annoying on Blue Sky that nobody's going to care about because nobody uses Blue Sky?
Sure.
Okay, so there's like... Blue Sky has really cool moderation features and like content filtering features where like you can post adult content, but you have to tag it, right? You have to tag it if it's like suggestive content, nudity, sexual content, stuff like that, violent content, whatever. Which is really cool because I can say I don't want to see naked people all the time because I may be skinny now, but I used to be fat, and being fat and then skinny leaves you with some extra flabby, gross skin, and so I have some body issues. And also I have some dysphoria issues, just with my body. Although it's a lot better now than it used to be, but like,
I'm feeling drunk.
well, you've had almost 2 screwdrivers now. Anyways, I don't want to be seeing naked people all the time because I'm asexual and also I have body issues sometimes a little bit. But like there are these people on Blue Sky who refuse to tag, like trans women specifically, who will post topless pictures of themselves with their tits out, and they won't tag it to prove a point. And then Blue Sky will, most of the time, the moderation team will tag it. But like, there's a lot of pictures that get through the cracks because Blue Sky's moderation team isn't very big, and so like I have it set to hide posts that have naked people in them because I don't want to see naked people all the time. But there are these trans women who's like, oh, it's not porn to post titties, and it's like, I don't care if it's not porn. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see your tits. You have beautiful tits, and it makes me sad. Stop it.
Jiminy Crimbopulous, babe. Reaper. Okay.
Also, I'm asexual. It's not even making me horny. I just don't want to see tits right now. But people will still post tits and not tag it because they're fucking stupid. And I swear to God, it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
Is it so annoying?
It's so fucking annoying.
2017, really?
And like everybody, it's almost like everyone like, oh yeah, tits shouldn't be a tagged adult content. It's like, I don't care. You should tag them anyways because I don't want to see them. Because I have weird titties. They're saggy and my nipples are puffy. And I don't, like, look, when I'm wearing the right bra, like, my titties look pretty good. But when I have my shirt off, especially when I'm, like, sitting down, kind of bent over a little bit, my tits, like, they're like udders, okay? I don't like my tits very much. And these trans women with perfect titties, I don't want to see your tits, okay? You're just going to make me feel bad about my weird tits. Tag your fucking tits, please.
Okay, I found picture 1 of my titties. I guess I still did kind of have titties.
Let me see.
This is
Let me see.
2017.
You still had them titties, bitch. You look so sad in that picture.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
I don't like taking my picture even now. But I hated it back then.
You could at least zoom in and like crop out your face where you're looking sad. 'Cause that's just kind of a bummer. You're just like, It's like the saddest nude I've ever seen anyone take. I'm sure there's a picture of a child shackled up in Jeffrey Epstein's basement who looks less sad than that.
Jesus Christ. Let's end this. We don't need to talk about how fucking sad my nude is. Jesus Christ.
Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good one.